Hello and welcome to my self-talks. Today I will be speaking about inner resistance and why are we not allowing ourselves to evolve or to make progress. So this is really interesting topic, and usually we make this resistance unconsciously. So that's why we need to speak about it, what mechanically, technically doesn't work, so that we could make it better. So let's go into it. Inner resistance. I now speak about inner resistance in this context when we want to make change in our life and when we want to move forward and evolve, because this is the purpose of life, evolution. And some people doesn't have this urge to evolve necessarily, but let's leave this for another topic. Let's assume that every human being is here to evolve and to help to evolve all this planet and our society. We are here together as a team to support this life and to evolve, to make better decisions that are in the alignment with this planet. And we usually even know what to do, but sometimes we have this inner resistance and we just do not do it. We sabotage our own dreams and our own actions with completely opposite actions that we maybe do not even want to do. We do not want to argue with people. We do not want to behave a certain way, and still we do. Or we are really controlling ourselves and we somehow manage to behave how we wish to behave, but the circumstances around us really aren't set right. So now I will tell you about 3 main things that are needed to be conscious of. And these are really huge spiritual, energetical things that are influencing our lives. You don't even know about that. First thing is your inner resistance. This is actually the easiest thing to solve, and that's because there's no mechanical problem. You may have disbalanced chakras or stuff like that, but you can work on this on your own or with a therapist. It is usually when we have inner resistance towards our own evolution, usually we act out of fear instead of love and faith and trust towards the universe and its ultimate plan. So this is something we might want to shift every day in us when we catch ourselves thinking from the position of fear, when we are deeply, consciously or unconsciously, afraid that something could make something wrong or go wrong, then we are not in the position of trust and love. And that's where we want a change. We want unconditional love towards everything by trusting the universe that this is the best thing for us to experience. And this trust is needed to be built, and this trust it is very close to our heart, and it actually, when we do not have the trust, we do not allow the miracles to happen. A lot of people do not even believe in miracles. And then they are condemned to not to evolve because they have big wishes, but they do not even trust that they can achieve these dreams or wishes. And that is our own inner resistance, that we do not have the trust in ourselves, in our dreams, and in the universe itself. It's really good to back off and just watch these situations when you would usually react somehow with anger or fear or anything, and then call the universal wisdom into the situation. Do it as a prayer or a wishful thought, but connect with the love of the universe and send it into every occasion, every action you are in. And that's how you will slowly get rid of your inner resistance, because the inner resistance is always based on fear. And we do not want this fear in our lives. We do not want fear to rule our lives. We want to move forward with love and trust. Because we can only make big steps forward when we trust that these steps are right. And we can't really think of it logically. Because if you do not have the trust to back off and to just call whatever situation is the best according to your higher self or the universe, then you can't really evolve, because you have the fear, which is your inner resistance. So this is number one, your inner resistance manifested in fear, and we want to transform it into love and trust, ultimate trust. Second thing is a little bit more technical, and that is that sometimes we don't have that much energy that we want, or just circumstances are happening in our lives and we do not know why. It's not that uncommon that we do have some sort of curse on us. And yeah, it really sounds like something from some fairy tale, but a curse is anything that is not sent to you out of love. It is usually sent out of huge anger, rage. And you may think, I don't make people angry. You know, these curses doesn't have to be necessarily sent onto you in this lifetime. There are curses that are sent specifically to your soul, because your soul is so important that not everybody wants you to thrive, because you would make big changes for the good, and not everybody wants that. So let's be very clear, curses can be on your soul, and then it can be generational curses. And these curses, you are actually directly connected and influenced with 7 generations behind you. If anybody from your ancestor line, and that's a lot of people, have been cursed in these 7 generations, it's like you have been cursed. And there are also older curses, and all these things we carry on us without knowing it. So this is something, it's a bit tough topic, because usually when dealing with curses, it's a lot of energy involved when undo it. It is possible, I don't like necessarily doing this sort of stuff, but we have to. And yeah, nobody likes that. That means that there aren't like enormous amount of people that would advertise undoing curses, because it's a lot of energy to do. But it is possible. It's actually not that difficult. It's just demanding. And all these stuff like black magic are demanding. But it is necessary if you want to make progress, to get rid of all curses that are on you, because it will and it does affect directly your bodies, your energy, your emotions, your physical body. A lot of injuries, physical injuries, are actually caused by some old curses. And yeah, we forgot about that as a society. It's such a funny thing. Like, we're not superstitious anymore, but still we shouldn't forget about technical stuff like this. Because even you, if you have some sort of already built up spiritual power in you, that maybe not consciously built up by you, but it's inherited by your ancestors, and you will really be angry on somebody, it can cause huge problems without you consciously knowing it. It's not that difficult actually if you have this sort of energy in you to make a curse. So really be aware of your anger. So this is just to mention it. I will really not go into how to uncurse it. If you're interested more about this topic, leave me a comment or a message. And let's move forward to the third thing that holds us back. And that is something that most of the people has in them without knowing this. And it is parasites, parasitic souls. Yes, let it sink. Parasitic souls. It's incredibly important to talk about this topic because it's also something, it sounds like something from science fiction. But every person has in the energetical system, in your system, you have places, a place for one soul, your soul. So when the body is being in the belly of your mother, you're physically evolving and the soul goes into that body. And then when you are being born out of the womb, then it is possible that some other soul goes directly into your heart because there is a place for another soul, let's say, and it is not meant to be filled with another soul or entity or egregor or anything like this. It is meant to be filled by the universal light, by the spirit of your creator, this is the connection. We have the place in us to make this connection, to have it permanent, to invite this light into our hearts permanently. But it happens that instead of having this light, the soul comes into the body of a newborn. And sometimes it doesn't come to the body of a newborn, it comes when you're a little bit older. It really depends. And that's also why we should really energetically take care of the places where new people are being born, because this is not a small thing. And yes, we do have physically managed the places where the hospitals or the places where mothers are giving birth, but it also needs to have energetical protection so that these things wouldn't happen, so that souls that aren't meant to be in your body wouldn't be there, because a newborn can't fight this sort of stuff. It has to be people around. So this is something really to think about, to change, because it is necessary to have the energetical protection in these fragile moments, and these are crucial moments. Yes, and then you live with it the whole life. Most of the people fight with their inner demons. Well, it might be the parasitic soul. Of course, some people call inner demon like anything, even their bad mood, but let's stick with the topic of parasitic souls. You have your inner demon, yes, and you don't want this. And even if you consciously try to go on the way of the light and evolution, it still is possible that you have it in yourself if you didn't technically or mechanically get rid of it. No, I just had such idea of these, how's it called, these people that chase away bad spirits in churches. I don't know anymore. You will. I will have a look at that. But it doesn't matter. So this is what you want to do. Chase away a bad spirit out of your heart, and somebody may be helping you, or you're able to do it on your own, but again, it is extremely demanding thing. And be careful, because if you really manage to get rid of this parasitic soul that has been living with you for your whole life, that means you really need to change your behavior consciously and have some mechanism to every day connect with the light and to fulfill yourself, to fill yourself with the light. Because sometimes the parasitic souls like to come back where they lived for such a long time. So these things may be sounding to you like something from some fairy tale or science fiction. Well, it is the energetical world. We do not physically see it, but it is with us, and it directly influences our moods, our behavior, our circumstances, our health. And if you have ever seen a person that acts really like in such a rage, like even like demon-like behavior, and these people are all around, we have a lot of these people even in like high power places, so politics and everything where you have power, because these souls, not every soul, parasitic soul of course wants power, but at least the power over their host, let's say, their person. And it is also true that not every parasitic soul feels the same, because I've discovered that actually recently, that some are male, which is what we usually see, but some are female, and female parasitic souls aren't that aggressive, and that's even more dangerous because you will probably not know that you have it, but it will influence you, female way. You can definitely imagine what a female would do to manipulate you. So these are female parasitic souls. So yes, these are three things that may hold you back from your evolution and that may influence your life the way you do not want. So fear in your heart instead of trust, curses and parasitic souls. If you have any questions, drop me comment, message. I usually do not respond to messages on Facebook that much, but drop me a message, at least comment. I really read comments. And see you soon. This was it. Bye.